I work in sports spaces and in corporate spaces, and one of the things that I do to a lot of men is I put them in groups during the icebreaker, whatever, and then you just ask each group of men, like, how many of you have read, how many books have you read over the past 5 years, right? And typically you'll get across the range of like one guy who's read 10, one guy who's read 30, one guy who's read 50. And you ask those men, how many of those books are written by women and about women? You will get less than 5 books of the entire room, right? And this seems simple, but I wasn't always this conscious, right? I literally just got here and really haven't arrived anywhere. I'm sure these two gentlemen can say the same thing. Like, we were actually given tools, and one of those tools were books.
Right.
You know, like, I'm hard on this a lot, but I'm telling you, like.
Wade is really promoting literacy right now.
Yeah, I'm being serious. If you read Mychal Denzel Smith's book, you will be like, wow, like it is an education. The first time someone gave me a Bell Hooks book, I had to read it 3 times in order to actually get.
Those books are little.
She was talking about me.
That's right.
You know, Bell was talking about me, right? But there was such a hardness inside of me to not want to see myself in her words. Right. And I'm serious. Like, what does it mean that we have never given boys books to read about girls?
Well, we do the same thing with white people. Like we don't. I had to go spelunking on my own. Like, I don't know, 3-4 years ago when I was trying to read history because I don't know any history and it's really embarrassing. I realized that reading history meant I was going to read white men about white men. So I was like, how would I go a year where I read only non-white men about whatever the hell they want to talk about? And so I read a lot of Black history and was like, literally nobody had ever put that stuff in my life. And it changed my brain and it changed my life.
I have only read books written by women over the past 5 years, except for a couple books by Mychal and some folks who I really love, right? But it has changed my DNA.
When I stopped doing the experiment, it's still in there. Like I look at the books I read over the year, and it's a real diverse cross-section of thought and age. I'm
reading some books right now about the women's suffrage movement. I didn't know any of this stuff. I wasn't going to know it
ever. If you can find a good one that doesn't whitewash, I
was not going to know it ever, right? So, and I think it really sounds simple, but I'm telling you, like that all of us who are here thinking about this because someone gave us books to read.
Right.
Like it is really just facts. Like I was an idiot before like 2010. Like real talk.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I was trafficking in patriarchy every day and relishing in it, bathing in it, you know, doing the Dougie in it, like doing like
I was happy when I was the only woman in the room.
Dougie and patriarchy.
Right. You get to be that special.
I was like, look, I'm the only woman in the room. I did something right. Not this room is fucked.
And
I did not notice that for a long time.
The only thing that rescued me were books.
Right.
Books.
Because there was no other option. Like my male friends weren't talking about patriarchy and all these things. Like that wasn't a part of their world. And I had a friend now the other day. We were getting on the train. He's a high school friend of mine. I hadn't seen Dave in probably 3 or 4 years. And we got on the train, and this woman who was very attractive. And I said, "Oh, you saw it, right?" And he said, "Because of you, I don't linger anymore." Literally, he said that because and I was like, "What do you mean?" He was like, "I'm reading the stuff that you're talking about, right?" So when I use the language of good man and I quote Mychal's piece that he wrote in Ebony, and all of my friends now read it, they go, "I'm no longer using the language of that I'm a good man," right? But that's literacy.